Chapter 60-65. In view of the time difference, Charlie did not call Stella immediately. But thinking about this matter would not be any difficult for Stella. He would call her to communicate with her in the evening and start planning the follow-up. So, Charlie said to Nanako, "Nanako, in my opinion, you don't need to go back to continue practicing martial arts. Why don't you come with me to the mountainside villa to help me in the afternoon? When you're done, we'll go back to Thompson together." Nanako nodded without hesitation and said, "Okay." After saying that, Nanako asked, "Charlie, do you want me to say hello to Master Mateo?" Charlie waved his hand and said, "Don't go now, he must still be teaching. Let's talk to him in private later." "Okay." Then, Charlie took Nanako back to his mountainside villa and went to the basement of the villa. She was surprised to find that there was actually a simple oral liquid filling equipment. And there are many unused empty oral liquid bottles and bottle stoppers next to it. Nanako asked in surprise, "Why do you have pharmaceutical equipment here?" Charlie smiled and said, "It's just a set of simple filling and sealing equipment. I plan to prepare some for the martial arts students in Champs Elysees to improve their strength. As for the elixir, there are just too many students in Champs Elysees. I can't afford to give each a pill. So I simply turn the elixir into water and dilute a batch of oral liquid for them." After saying that, Charlie said again, "I originally prepared more than 200 bottles. But I didn't expect there would be so many people at that time. Who would have thought that later Romana brought the entire Taishan Dao to Aurus Hill? So I prepared some more. Give it to them tomorrow." Nanako suddenly understood and said with a smile, "Ms. Long's acting style is vigorous and resolute. The more than 200 people in Taishan Dao, regardless of gender, old or young, are all governed by her. Even Mateo dare not speak loudly to her. As long as she and Taishan Dao can serve Mr. Charlie wholeheartedly, it will be of great benefit to Mr. Charlie in the future." Charlie nodded and said, "Now is the time when we are most short of manpower. The more than 200 people of Taishan Dao cannot be underestimated. It would be better if we can make further progress in strength in the future." After saying that, Charlie said, "Wait for me a moment. I will mix some liquid medicine and come over later to fill it." Charlie, with the help of Nanako, stepped up the production of a batch of oral liquid, filling a total of more than 400 bottles, with a total volume of 700. Charlie plans to use the extra 200 bottles as incentives among the students, so that those who make the fastest progress and have the best attitude can receive additional rewards, which will also increase their enthusiasm. When they finished filling the oral liquid and came out of the mountainside villa, it was already dark. Seeing that it was already past 7 o'clock, Charlie drove back to the city with Nanako. After returning to Thompson, Charlie first sent Nanako to the basement and parked the car he drove from Purple Villa in the parking space bought by the Ito family in the basement. He turned off the car and planned to take Nanako into the elevator first, then go up to the first floor from the elevator, and then walk back to his villa. When he and Nanako were about to get out of the car, a female driver had already got out of the car in the parking space diagonally opposite. After she locked the car, she carried her bag and walked to the elevator hall. When Nanako saw her, she said to Charlie, "Charlie, she is the neighbor I mentioned. It was only when I heard her calling her friend that day that I learned that Master Jingqing was coming to Aurus Hill." Charlie nodded lightly, smiled and said, "It seems that if you have the opportunity, you must thank her. She helped you realize the truth by accident." "Yes.